Okay, how about the time that my parents sent me on a camping trip and told me to be safe, and I wasn't safe?
That sounds
So,
absolutely me.
Zach broke his leg, right?
Yes.
He was riding a dirt bike, and I remember this very specifically because Nate and I were strategizing to build our battle bot. So we had a cart full of old computers that we were going to utilize to build this battle bot, and we were hauling them down the driveway when this occurred. But Zach was on the dirt bike. He came around the corner and slid off the dirt bike. The dirt bike fell on his leg and broke it. Sucky
Okay.
situation for Zach. The next day, we had been planning to go on a camping trip with my aunt and my cousin and a whole bunch of my family, right?
Yes.
When we were in the hospital, my mom asked if I still wanted to go on the camping trip with them because my parents and my brother decided they weren't going because my brother's in a cast. So they're just going to sit it out. So I said, yeah, I want to go. I don't want to stay home. I want to go have fun. So they said, okay, just be extremely careful. We just got one broken leg. We don't need a second. So, uh, we went to this campground. I don't even remember what campground it was, but it was me, my aunt Dot, my cousin Kel, her boyfriend Matt, um, my cousin Kate, and my cousin BK. We all went camping. So, on this particular site we were at, nearby there was a dam to control water flow, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like a concrete dam. It was just a big dirt hill. So at the bottom of this hill, there was a gravel pathway where people could walk down by the water. And going down to that hill or to that gravel pathway was a gravel slope on either side of the dam for people to like walk down. And it's not like pebbles or anything. Like it's big gravel, like the same thing you'd have outside in your garden to fill in like empty space or like in your driveway and stuff. Big chunk gravel. So this slope is probably 50, 60 foot tall because it is a big dam, so it's like it's got to actually do something. And it's probably at like a 45-degree angle. It's not
Huh.
made for vehicles to be going down. It's made for people to walk down.
Yes.
My cousin Kate and I have the fantastic idea to ride our bikes down this hill. I, being the older of the two of us, and the more mature and the bad influence, decided that I'll go first and I'll be the one to kind of test this out. So I go down this hill. When you're going down a 45-degree slope, like you accelerate fast. So by the time I got to the bottom of this, I was booking it. And the thing is I didn't want to be going that fast. So I tried to slow down. And what I realized was that when you're on gravel, you don't slow down very easily. You don't turn very easily. And you don't really have control over anything. So I
Especially
got
that
I
speed.
got to the bottom, and within like a second of me like reaching the bottom, I tried to just do something because like I completely had no control over the situation, and I tried to do something to stop or turn or whatever. And next thing you know, it's me, gravel,
Oh.
just sliding, and my knees were like all tore up, and it was just a total mess. Not the end of the story. Later that trip, we were playing volleyball. My cousin Kelly was on the other team, and I was on one side, and her team were on the other side. I spiked the ball so hard, and I got a good hit, and it hit the sand, right? But the downside was that where I hit the sand was on her toe, and I ripped her
Oh.
toenail off with the ball.
Oh. Gosh.
Not the end of the story. So
This camping trip's just great, isn't it?
this is a fantastic camping trip. You can see this going very well for me. The bike that I was riding was my brother's BMX bike because he didn't need it. Obviously, he didn't have a leg anymore. So The thing about his bike was, while it was fun to ride, he didn't have very good brakes. So we went on a group trail, right? The whole group of us, the whole lot of us went on this bike trail. So this particular trail had a pretty big hill, and on the hill, like at the bottom of the hill, there was like a slight curve. It wasn't like a sharp curve or anything. It was just a slight curve. And
Wait.
everybody else was walking down this hill. I remember my Aunt Dot saying, "Jared, don't you ride your bike down this hill." And me being me, I said, "I'm totally riding my bike down this hill." So I rode my bike down the hill, and the thing was, is I wasn't able to slow down because the brakes weren't good enough. So instead of making it around that slight curve, the bike went straight, and I went right into a tree. And then we finished off the camping trip by me and my cousin BK decided that we weren't going to sleep in the camper. We slept outside on the floor, on the dirt.
Oh, good grief.
That was our camping story from the time where my parents told me to specifically be careful, and I did anything but.